going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto get a pump as expected. Hopefully everybody took advantage. Remember, guys, when the market pumps and dumps, you want to know the reason why, so therefore you can take advantage. But I definitely see us pulling back as a stock. And today is May 31st. It is my mom's 81st birthday. And I am definitely blessed to have a mother like my mom. I thank the Most High on a daily basis. But those who want to donate for her birthday, make sure you're hitting that Cash App. But guys, let's get into the video. And yes, we had a lot of entertainment. Make sure you watched the video last night. Of course, we have Trump. And then we also had Biden make the move behind the curtain. Just like I stated, make sure you watch the video I did last night. But right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. We know we have futures contracts ending today. And we also have stocks pulling back. Don't forget, guys, we have T+1 now. So, of course, that algorithm has to figure it out. We see the stock market has been pulling back. To do T+1, you have to have plenty of liquidity. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have Ethereum options open interest concentrates at 5,000 calls for end of June expiry. Now when the Ethereum ETF launches, we know they're going to try to bake in majority of the upside. But all we have to do is make sure we pay attention to the inflows to see how far we can go up. But of course, if Ethereum hits 5,000, we know that's going to push up Bitcoin to new highs. But just like I stated, the only thing we have to do is sit back, get our popcorn, let it play out to see the type of inflows that are going to come. Because don't forget, the markets still need a lot of liquidity because they moved to this T1. And remember, they want the markets to look decent for the election and the sheep. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now down. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether buys 100 million worth of Bitrue shares with options to buy 50 million more. And we know these central banks have their hands all over Tether. Don't forget, Tether is one of the biggest U.S. Treasury buyers. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed repo at $452 billion. And make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And, guys, we have the Fed members out speaking, and they're still sticking to the script. We're going to be data dependent. Inflation is still stickier, and it's going to be here longer than what they expected. And, of course, that just means higher for longer. They're going to destroy this legacy market so the machines can rise. And that's the reason why the central banks are moving in lockstep. And we know when it comes to these digital assets, the central banks have already done all the testing they need. They're just ready to roll it out. And when you listen to Chainlink Sergey, you see how they're going to put it all together, the AI, the machines, and all this data, making it smarter and faster. And then when you add in these supercomputers, you're going to think you're out of space. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget we have the Fed meeting June 12th. And again, we had Franklin Templeton speaking about tokenization of real-world assets. And don't forget, Ray Kurzweil was speaking about that a long time ago. Remember, guys, I was talking about tokenization when I first started this channel. And those videos of Ray Kurzweil probably back then were like 4 or 5 years old. So he definitely mapped out the plan. The same way I showed you videos of Anthony Sutton back in the early 80s telling us exactly what's happening right now. And he mapped out the drums are beaten and then talked about all the technology. So guys, this was clearly a plan a long time ago. It's just finally coming together during our generation. That's why I tell you guys, you're definitely the chosen generation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have Blackrock, Fidelity, and Grayscale all down. Now, we have ARK Invest spot Bitcoin ETF. Logs a record 100 million in daily net outflows. And when it comes to these Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, you're only going to have 2 or 3 that's actually going to weather the storm. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have EOS Network Foundation CEO says approval to cap EOS supply at 2.1 billion has been approved. Now, we have Aptos integrates Chainlink CCIP and data feeds to boost decentralized app development. And Chainlink is going to be bringing all these blockchains together. They're going to bring all this data and hand it over to Swift. And that's the reason from the very start of all these layer 1 blockchains, it was always interoperability. And with all this data, they can know you better than you know yourself. And like I stated, guys, just imagine when they turn these supercomputers on. You're not going to be able to tell what's real and not real. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we get Donald Trump found guilty. And if you're asleep, you may not know. What does Donald Trump have to do with Bitcoin and crypto? I know I've heard him talk about it, but what does he have to do with it? Guys, when it comes to politics, that's the distraction. The divide and conquer. As long as they have you going against one another, you'll never look at the plan. Same thing with sports. As long as they have you distracted, you never look at the plan. Same thing with social media. As long as they have you distracted, you never look at the plan. And the plan is a 4th industrial revolution, where the United States world reserve currency falls, the rise of China, the dragon, along with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR rises, and the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Get that free money downloaded to their wallet, but little do they know, it's going to be able to tell them what, when, how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, is gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming, while everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.